Welcome to the Steelfest 2024, the bathtub edition. Now, very Finnish tradition. Sun is shining, people getting naked, nude, whatever, outdoors. Here we are, marinating in the sausage soup. And I have a very special guest from the Finnish black metal scene. White Death, welcome to Rauta. Nice to have you here. Please introduce yourself. Who the hell are you and why are you here with me?
I'm no one, basically, but what you want to know, I'm vocalist of White Death, Britran, and basically that's it.
So White Death has always been like your thing, and you are also White Death in the eyes of many people and all that stuff. What's the story with the lineup? Is White Death beyond you in other respects than the live, or is it really just Britran?
I am the visionary. I am the beacon. Guys are ships. And I couldn't do anything alone. Nothing. I need all the guys. Every guy is as important as me. Alone I couldn't do anything. So all the respect to the guys. I'm just visionary.
So how does it work out when you create your music? You being the visionary, but you also need the guys with string instrument, drums, etc. How does White Death form into what is known as Finnish black metal?
Madness and chaos. I pick my guitar, I do riffs, I can do riffs and play something. And I saw the guys. And the guy do this like a opet style, horrible melodic bullshit. And when song is ready, we cut it to pieces and put it this like White Death style there. So there's misses, but most of the time it goes like this. I start to do songs and the guys improve it to shit and then we dismantle it.
Your style is very melodic, which is of course a very known sub-style in Finnish black metal. I mean, there are bands which are more, say, Roarsen or Grim and all that stuff, and there are bands which are more fast-paced, but your focus is in very melodic, even catchy, kind of like almost like whispering to the ears of the mainstream. This is how it goes when you want to do really catchy and good traditional second wave black metal. But then again, your music is not exactly, say, mainstream friendly. How important is this creation of being melodic yet still being in the underground?
Well, since day one I've been worshipping Covenant, Old Man's Child, all this melodic stuff. And I still listen to that thing, but I want to be more raw when I do myself. So it's everything just happens.
So it's
no compromises, no filters. Just do what I want to do, what guys want to do.
Yeah. One thing is what is peculiar, and a lot of people seem to figure it out wrong. So let's get it straight in terms of the interviews. What is the White Death name all about? There's so many theories, so what's the truth about the name?
When winter comes and the snow falls, everything dies under the white snow. Snow, White Death. Winter, White Death. Nothing more, nothing less.
This is something that a lot of Nordic people obviously understand, because we have 4 totally different seasons, and winter can be really harsh and brutal, and well, animals that don't get into shelters or people without houses would obviously die. But a lot of people who live in warmer places, they don't even realize the importance and, well, dangers of winter. So could we say White Death is very winter focused band, or would that be misleading?
It's misleading. Just like black metal, always death and evil stuff, but there's always another side of the coin. There's sun. Black metal is hateful and everything, but where hate comes, it comes from your pain. And where comes pain? When someone is hurting something that you love. So it's sun worshipping.
So can we say they are equally hate and love? Are they equally important?
Scale, Libra, always good and evil, always steady.
So kind of a yin and yang approach.
Yeah, I understand black metal has to sound like dangerous, angry, and grim. But it cannot be grim or dark without the other side, light and
Yeah, obviously you cannot
joy
have shadows without
and
light
love.
and all. Yeah.
No love in black metal.
Yeah, that
They're
would-
basically, that's what it is. Kinda. Other side of the coin. How you want to see it.
Yeah, contrasts.
Yeah.
Now, talking about White Death's lyrics, we need to really talk about that as well. How you would define what are the major topics, the main themes, if you had to summarize in a few selected words. What is White Death all about when it comes to lyrical side of things?
Killing your current self 1,000 times and reborn again better. For example, every people who see me, this guy is this and that. I'm not that. I try to kill myself like how they see me and become better me.
So kind of a self-improvement
Yeah,
process
yeah,
through destruction. That is very, very Asian-like in terms of going through the self-destruction, being reborn, and also the themes in Phoenix.
Yeah.
Idea is the same. Are you inspired by these kind of philosophical and religious
Yeah,
takes? Or-
absolutely. I would say that if I have cancer, there's a big problem. I cannot let it grow. I have to destroy everything. I can just, I deserve to be here. Just try to survive. It doesn't go like that. You have to destroy the old shitty one and create new one, stronger, better.
Like a lot of people say that destruction is so much easier than building something. But when you do both, do you feel that destruction is actually that much easier in order to create something? I mean, you cannot really build a wooden house without chopping down some trees. But which one is more important? Creation and building versus destroying and killing?
You shouldn't build anything if you can destroy. For example, if you take a dog, you have to be ready to kill it when it's dying and suffering. It's a natural selection. It's a necessary evil.
Culling the herd, basically.
Yeah.
What is your relation to death, since it's even in the name of the band in general? I mean, is death something that you just have to accept, or is it something that you actually need to even love?
Something I adore. Everyone is like, oh, birthday you have to. Oh, okay, I understand that. Birthdays are birthdays. But when I die, I don't want people to cry. I want people to fucking party. That's a fucking party. That's
Like
a
a
great
Mexican
celebration.
ways.
No, yeah. That one. It's very natural thing. Everyone borns, everyone dies. All the shit in between. Just, I want to die violently. I think that's men's way to die. I want to be in pain, and I know I die without doing compromises. I live for myself, and I'm going to smile when I take my last breath.
Could you think that could possibly change over the years, like going through the older age, and you're like, probably, man, I need some cool down on my deathbed and tell to the grandchildren some stories, rather? Or do you feel like this is permanent, where you can?
Nothing is permanent. Everything is changing. Change is absolute. You have to go with the change. If you don't adapt, you're fucked.
Well, that is something that a lot of bands seem to do, and some go for the worst direction, like change too much, and the end result is shit. Have you ever been afraid that your band might go like too far, change too much, in order to be still White Death? Is that ever even on the table as a discussion?
No, White Death is my manifest. It's what I become, White Death becomes. I don't fucking care if I start to do punk music or something. People are crying, they are whatever, bullshit. It's my band, I don't give a fuck. I'm ready to change. I'm willing to change. And if I say something like very radical, people are like, it's useless to discuss with this thing for you because you have decided. No, I want everything I said, I want someone to prove me wrong. I want to be wrong. I'm not trying to be smart, I'm fucking stupid. And I want to learn.
We're kind of the same in that sense. I mean, what I've got to learn you during the past few years is you both share the interest in martial arts and to share the interest. It seems in being
Everyone should
wrong
be.
and the self-improvement and all that stuff. Do you think that is something that comes with age and is experience, or is just something that we are certain individuals are hardwired?
I think we are all wired to that. But this modern society is trying to not be individual, like
Castrate.
yeah. I think that's very natural way. Everyone should be practicing martial arts.
Well, if you ask me, yeah, definitely.
I think main reason I want to be able to kill a human being with my bare hands.
Even if you don't
Yeah.
have to.
Beauty is here. Every man has to be beast. Every man should be able to kill someone and know that. And the art is there. You don't kill. You can kill, but you don't kill. No one wants a boyfriend who's like, he's not going to hurt a fly. Do you want that guy to protect you, your family?
When he's not able to.
Yeah, able to. I am able to. I want to be able to. I want my family to know it. I'm ready to die. I want to die violently. With honor and violently.
Now that you mention honor, how you define honor? Because very different cultures define it very different way. I mean, if you ask, say, Japanese guy to say Far Eastern Muslim maybe, and well, I don't know, a Viking warrior from Scandinavian countries, they would probably define honor differently. What is honor to you?
Like you say, differently. Many variations. But for example, myself, I have this few principles that I decided when I was a kid. And that's important that I don't break those rules. For example, how to say, I'm never going to snitch anyone. If someone is doing crime, and it's not my business, I have decided that I'm not going to snitch. And that's just something I decided and I want to keep that. And I keep that promise because I went to jail because I see a very violent crime. I was in the apartment and they captured me. They put me into prison for 3 months because I didn't say anything. No one didn't say anything, so I was the suspect. And after 3 months of jail, I get out, I get 60,000 cash.
So it was kind of like moral code
Yeah,
choice.
something. Yeah.
Okay, kind of a back spine, if you will.
Okay, greatest death, to die in the battlefield for something greater than you. I don't give a fuck about this country or people here. I want to see this world burn. But if there's a war, it's another thing. I'm going there, like my grandfather go there, and would be honorable to die in the battlefield for something greater than you are, something more important for my kid or my family. That would be fucking great.
Now that is something that a lot of people don't understand when we are talking about, say, certain kind of, say, nationalistic topics or nationalism, romanticism, or topics related to, say, war, defending your sovereign status, defending your own country and all. Like, for example, in our case, Finland has been invaded by both Russians and Swedes in the past, and when people are like saying, yeah, we need to protect our country because we have this country for more than 100 years, and yet people come from other countries like, oh, you're being this and that because you think like that, and like, yeah, but you have never been invaded. What do you would tell to these people who don't even know the history and understand the context of defending one's heritage, legacy, family, country, etc.?
Nothing. Don't talk to stupid guys. You make yourself stupid. That uses.
But I mean,
I know what you mean. That's fucking hard because they just can't understand it.
but don't you see a possibility to enlighten them and like teach them a little bit and maybe make them smarter in the process?
I would have to be smart to teach someone to be smart. I'm fucking stupid.
Okay, so that's,
I
that's your backdoor.
I would know some things, but I'm not pretending that I know. For example, black metal. You don't know enough. You are young and you are not from the 90s and that bullshit. No, I don't know. But I know my era black metal. But I'm not going to preach someone what black metal really is, what it should be. I can tell what black metal is for me.
Well, I think that's a kind of a smart choice because, like you mentioned, everybody
Don't
knows their
argue
own
with
era.
stupid people.
Yeah, and then and of course things have changed over the years, and at least what I've learned is that I know very very little about anything, and the more I know, it feels like the more I actually understand about it. But it's also kind of hard when people make the assumptions that they know a lot of things, and then they assume that you know a lot of things about this and that, and then we are on a collision course. Do you ever feel that is very very frustrating when people are like expecting you to know or assuming too much? Do you ever feel like this is where the place where you just like raise your hand like fuck it?
My fucking mind explodes inside. I'm trying to be like polite. I might talk a little bit, discuss about this topic, but after a few words you see that these are even more retouched than I am. It's fucking useless. No reaction.
What do you think in general about black metal of today, which is very different from early 90s, not to mention 80s? And everything is now becoming more political, everything is on social media, everything is being analyzed, going through and through, and everybody seems to know everything about everything, even though they seem to understand very little. Is this frustrating you, or does it even matter?
I really don't matter. People who are rising themselves for the higher level, actually they are dropping themselves lower one. People who are, I know what this is. I have been doing this and this and fuck off.
Now, as a musician, and as
Don't say that word.
Okay.
I'm not the fucking, that's an insult for real musicians.
okay, let me put it this way.
Any black metal guy is not a musician.
Let me put it this way. As a band member, you obviously gotten to have your share of touring, doing gigs, meeting people, even probably something that you once upon a time considered, or maybe still do, consider an idol. How has this experience changed your mind about the people? Like, hey, I used to look up to that guy. He did great music. He did great albums, and now I got to meet him. Has your experience changed about how you feel about these people and bands?
Never meet your idols. Fucking never meet your idols. 90s, all the Giants and every black metal band, they were these mystical creatures. And that was the thing for me. This is something evil, this is something wrong and bad. I want to know about this. But there's no information. You buy CDs, you put money in the post and wait when the CD comes. And everything is like so mystical. And that was the thing for me. But times has changed. Internet is fucking awesome. All this YouTube, Spotify shit, that's fucking awesome. But the problem is, old days when you ordered something from catalog, most probably they were good bands. But nowadays, you open fucking YouTube, and 99% of the bands are fucking bullshit.
But do you know the reason why? Why they are so bad these days?
It's so easy, and I don't know.
I mean,
I want to know.
I had a good few theories about it, how things have changed, and one of them is obviously that everybody can now record their stuff at home because everybody has quite a selection of gear. So recording music is easier. You don't have to book or spend 2,000 euros or dollars on a studio.
You can do everything yourself.
Yeah, so it kind of like lowers the standards,
yeah.
And also, of course, you can release music on places like Bandcamp, YouTube, streaming services. So you don't even need a label's approval. Like, this is shit. We're not gonna put it out.
Exactly. At the 90s, you have to have good demo and send it, and someone is going to pay that shit.
There was gatekeeping in a way.
And nowadays, people are sending fucking emails. Hey, this is our demo. Listen, this is. If you are not ready to do fucking letter and send your demo to labels, you don't deserve to put music to anywhere.
Well, that's kind of true. I know what you mean.
If you are that lazy, why should any label put time and invest money for you?
And now we have AI, which is making things even easier. You just kind of a prompt like, create me version riffs, create me these and that band's lyrics, some Dark Thronian lyrics, give me fucking, I don't know, Batsbury cover, boom, 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 everything's done by the time you take a shit. Do you ever feel like we're gonna get drowned in this created bullshit?
No, because I'm not going to search and listen to that shit. I know what I'm searching. I know what I want to listen. My guys, who I talk about music, they know what I like. Hey, did you hear this new band or this? I find everything without internet what deserve to be found. Let's say like this.
Are there certain bands that still inspire you as a well artist, as a band member? Are there certain bands that are like, I wouldn't go as far as say beyond criticism because obviously nothing is, but are there certain artists that you're like they're so fucking good that these are like a world to me? Now it's a good time to give you a little bit credit to the ones that are good.
Don't worship your idols. They are just humans.
That's true.
What they do with their art, respect that and keep it that. Forget the persons behind it.
What kind of advice you would give to the possible new White Death fans out there watching the interviews? Like, okay, I like this guy, I like what he's saying, and I'm now inspired to listen to that shit. What should they start with in order to explore into the world of White Death? Well, beyond this interview, anyway.
If you have to ask these questions, White Death is not for you.
But I mean, are there certain songs you're like, this is the key to the door?
No. Every song and every record, it's that time for me and that space. It's like that era of time. And it's personal for me. If someone likes it, that's good, no problem for me. But it's so personal, I don't want to recommend it. It's just my own thing.
But you also, apart from White Death, you have your own other projects which are done under your own name, your own moniker, and you have already released even music with a couple of bands as splits under Lyrical name. Why do you need that outlet in addition to White Death?
Well, I'm doing lots of different kind of songs, and I have this certain way to do White Death song, and what I want it to be. And I do lots of songs that are like, I cannot use this on White Death, but I don't like to play live really. I like to do songs, but I want to do quality songs. And if I do good song and it's not good for White Death, I have to put it somewhere else. And for example, Hellwind Fritran, it was time and place that, okay, I respect you, Hellwind, and I have ideas. Let's do this shit then. Okay, and everything works well. I do lots of these kind of things with other people, but they don't work out, and just throw it away. Werewolf Fritran, also, let's go to rehearsal place, do album. Okay, everything works perfectly. Time and place, right time, right place, state of mind. It makes different kind of music.
So it's kind of a zeitgeist thing, in like this is the very moment for this and stuff, and let's do it.
Yeah. White Death is more like going onwards all the time, and it's going on path, but these other branches going different way. Trees are bigger than branches always.
All right.
So I'm building up my fucking tree or something.
All right, fair enough. Now, before we go and join the others for beers and whatnot, let's play a little bit fortune tellers. What do you see happening in White Death camp, say, in next 2, 3, 4 years?
It looks like we have discussing it a lot of gigs, but our now current lineup, it's so fucking solid and great. Best lineup I could ever wish, and everyone is like maybe you could call musicians, not me, but other guys, and everyone is doing songs, good songs, and I see a bright future. New album is on the making, not recording anything but doing songs, and we have lots of songs incoming and fucking great stuff.
Is it a logical continuation to the two first albums?
Yes. First album, it was like I was angry little kid, always wanted to do album, and I got all that fucking energy there. Second album, we already made it like 2060 or something, 70, and I just get pissed off about all this shit. Next album has to be this, and when next album is coming, I delete it all. Not doing anymore. After a few years, and I should maybe not delete those ones. And okay, let's do a new one. And people listening like demos or very poor quality, not like first album. Of course it's not first album. I made the first album. I'm not going to do it again. So because of that, we bought this like fucking this small guitar amplifiers. And we recorded guitars with those ones. So it sounded shitty, but it was still something raw that I wanted. And when people are listening to this is poor quality, and you can hear like second guitars are best, but no one can hear it because it's so fucking put it raw. We know it. It's a great album from us. So next album we are going maybe more mainstream or easily listened, better sounds. But this was like a fuck off. But this album is better.
Alright, fair enough. Well, I like both, so I cannot really bitch about it, but just wondering like how things might change or not. Now, final question.
Bring it up.
This is the silliest or the smartest one of the whole conversation, but if you could give a little bit word to the wise, give I don't know, some kind of advice to younger version of yourself or maybe the next generation of White Death guy, what would be your tip? Like, what would you do? Like, what would you say to the younger version of yourself out there?
Do less compromises. Think about myself more. If I would be thinking myself more earlier, I have done fucking horrible things for my family and close friends and everything because I was so nihilist and angry and everything. But when I started to compromise, okay, maybe my way to behave is not that good. I fixed everything this like later adult age. Don't do compromises about how to say. Don't live your life for other people.
Well, that's good advice to a lot of people out there. So, this is Steelfest 2024. This is White Death. This is the bathtub convention at the festival. Now, people, off you go. Go through the albums of White Death. You won't be, how to say, disappointed if you like melodic black metal. And if you don't, well, then you're not probably catered for what Finland has to offer. No? What do you want to say as the last word?
People are complaining about our gigs. If you come to see our gig and you want to get this safe space and nice environment, then don't come. White Death gigs are not safe space. You are not safe there. Don't come if you cannot handle it.
I can pretty much agree on that and add, if you want safe space, leave black metal right now. This is Rauta. This is Steelfest. Off you go. Bye. Hyvä. Kiitos. Ennen kuin menet sinne veden alle, niin mä nappaan sulta sen mikrofonin pois. Mä pelkään aina tämän elektroniikan kastumisen puolesta. Hyviä vastauksia sieltä tuli.